Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is part of the YouTube series that I'm making called Zero to Hero Business Central. In this series, I already uploaded few videos on my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to learn about error info in Business Central. Basically, an error info is a data type to which we can create variables, and on those variables there are a couple of methods available that we can make use to actually structure or group errors. So if you see the definition of error info provides a structure for grouping information about an error. So whenever we create an error by using the normal error method, there are no options available for us to choose. But if you wanted to have actually actions on the error message that you show to the user so that he can click on those actions and some things can happen in the backend, like for example data correction or something like that, then you can go for error info. We are going to see all of that in action in code, but first let us actually see what are the methods that are available on the error info. Here I have outlined both method name, also the description that are available on the error info. Like for example, we have add action with different parameters, add navigation action, call stack, collectible, control name, and lot of other methods that are available. We are going to see some of the methods, like we are going to see the add action, and we are going to see how we can actually provide our error message by using the message method. But other methods you can actually explore them by yourself. Also, do not worry about this collectible error, also about call stack, because we are going to explore both of these methods in our next video, which is on the collectible errors concept. So do not worry about that. You can also explore the description that is provided over here. So let me actually first go to my business central. Here you can see I am on my employee list page. This is the page that we have created in our previous videos in this series called Zero to Hero Business Central. So we have been uploading a lot of videos on Business Central in this series, and if you don't want to miss them, you can go to my YouTube channel and find them over there. So let us actually create one action button on this employee list page called error info, and let us actually write all the logic related to error info in that particular action button. So let me actually first navigate to my Visual Studio Code. In here you can see I am on the employee page. This is basically the employee list page that we have seen on the UI. So let me go to my area processing and let us actually create one action button over here. Let me just use the snippet the action to basically create the action button. So let me just call this as call error info, and let's just actually copy this code because we need this code. And let me now go to my employee operations code unit. In here basically I'm going to create one procedure called call error info, and I'm actually going to write all the logic inside that particular call error info method. So let's just call that method as internal procedure and call error info, and let's just do begin and end. And in here basically let us first give by using the this is a test message, and let's just actually call this procedure from our employee page. So let me go to my employee page and let's just use the employee operations, then you can say call error info. So let us publish this and let us see how that actually looks in the UI. We have seen error in our previous videos, so we can expect what we are going to see in the UI, but we are going to see error info once we see how the error actually works. So let's refresh this, and now let me actually click on the actions and let's click on call error info. Here you can see this is the basic error message that we get whenever we use the error method. So this is a test message, show details, and we get the OK. And now let us actually use our newly learned concept, which is error info. So let's basically create one variable to error info. Let's just call this var error info. Let's just say error info. So basically, I have created one variable to the data type error info, and there are a couple of methods available on this error info. So let's first give the message that we can do by just providing our value to this method, which is message. So I can say this is a test message, but from error info. And let's just do one thing. Let's just say error. Now let's say war error info. Basically, we are just giving the message to the war error infos method, which is message, and we are basically throwing that error to the user. So let us actually see how that actually looks in the UI. So let us wait for it to publish. And now let me go to my business central. Let me do the refresh. And now let's actually click on the action call error info. Now here you can see this is a test message, but from error info. So there is no difference on how we get the error by using the normal error method and by using the error info when we just have a message. But now let us actually do one thing. Let's also add one action on the war error info. Here we have add action. Now let us see what does this add action basically takes. What are the parameter does it takes? It takes caption, it takes code unit ID, it takes method name. So first let us provide the click me click to fix as an action caption, and let us actually provide the code unit ID. The code unit ID is basically where the method lies. So here you can see the third parameter is method name. So we have to basically provide the code unit ID where we can actually find this method. So let's actually give the code unit ID. This is the code unit ID that I'm going to give 50100, and let's just actually give this particular procedure, which is fix some error. I have already prepared this particular procedure for this particular video, so let me just click on this and let me provide it over here. We have to provide this as a text, so let's actually make it as a text by adding it inside quotes. And now let's actually publish this and let us see how that actually looks. Now let me go to my business central. Let me refresh this once, reload, and now let's actually click on call error info. Now here you can see it has also provided us with this action. If I click on this share details, you can see these are the basic details that we get also when we are just using the error method. But now here you can see this is an action button which is available, by using which we can basically call this particular procedure. So this is the procedure that is going to be get called whenever we click on the action click to fix. So this was the caption, this is the code unit ID, and this is the method name. So now let's actually click on click to fix, and here you can see this is a fix message. So basically the code had called this particular procedure fix some error, and we are basically providing this particular message to the user. In real world projects, basically we are going to write some business logic over here that is going to actually do some operations on the data in the backend. But for the sake of this tutorial, or for the sake of ease to understand, I have just put a normal message over here so that we can understand, okay, this procedure is getting called whenever I click on the action click to fix. We are also going to explore these particular other methods, like for example we are going to explore the collectible method when we are basically doing our video on collectible errors, which is going to be the next video. So if you don't want to miss that video, you should consider subscribing to my channel. Also, we are going to see like add navigation action and different types of methods that are available on the error info variable. We are going to explore them in our next video. So that's all that I have about error info in Business Central. I'll be uploading more videos in this particular series called Zero to Hero Business Central. If you want to support me in this journey of creating a course, and that too for free for everyone, you can do that by just subscribing to my channel. Thank you.